Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining. Sunil here. Can you hear me? Please type yes in the chat box if you can hear me. Thank you, Rohit. Perfect. Thank you for your confirmations. Let us stop the chat. Let us stop the chat. Yes. Okay. So what is the plan for today? I want to have an explanation on self-closing tabs. I want to show you how to create a hyperlink using the anchor tag. Very frequently used tag in HTML is table tag, input tag, label tag. So learning HTML is all about working with tags. Learning HTML is all about working with tags. And then we also learn how can we create style sheets. As we know, the second part of HTML is style sheets, CSS. Okay, I just want to have a quick introduction about CSS because I want to show you how to use cascading style sheets in the HTML file. Linking the style sheet to HTML page, we'll be learning it. The importance of division tag. This is a very, very interesting session because most of the concepts are very important concepts we will be learning in today's session. Before that, yesterday's session was disconnected abnormally. It was not a normal end of the session. It was terminated abnormally. So there are some topics which are missing from our previous session. Let me open that. So the session got disconnected when I was about to explain about, the session got disconnected when I'm explaining about, I remember when I'm explaining about bold and italics. So when I have explained about bold and when I'm showing this example of a core information site, at that particular time, immediately the session got disconnected. Let's continue this. Let's complete the remaining parts of the previous session, and then we can move on to today's session. Before that, any questions on the concepts, what we have learned? Anybody wants to have a discussion, please raise your hand. Any topics, any questions, what we have discussed from the previous session, please raise your hand. Okay, let's move on. Okay, let's open the HTML file. I remember the location where the HTML file is saved. I think the location where the HTML file is saved is in D drive. I remember it is John folder. D drive. Martin folder. 14. No. E drive. Yes, Komal,
Yes,
how are you doing?
Yeah, very well, sir. Fine, thank you. It's in E drive, John folder.
Thank you. Thank you. So this was yesterday's example in E drive John folder. The file name was .html. So let's open this using the Google Chrome. Okay. Welcome to. I want to show you the HTML code. If you want to look at the HTML code of this particular file, you have to open the same file using Notepad. Do you remember we are using Notepad for creating the HTML file? Yes, this is the HTML file, very simple. This is the title tag. We already have learned about the title tag. This is the heading tag. Whatever you write in the heading tag, that will be shown as the headings. Welcome to core information site. Perfect. And what are the new things I have used here? I have used I stands for italics. Can you see I stands for italics? The date will be shown in italics. Okay, let me remove the italics first. And let me remove the bold tag. This way, this is the point where the session got disconnected. At this particular example, the session got disconnected. Isn't it, Komal? Let's refresh the site. Let's refresh the page. You can see everything is black and white. But I want to show the date in italics, and I want to show the number of deaths happened in bold. In HTML, we have two tags. In HTML, we have two tags. Very simple. B and I. B stands for bold and I stands for italics. Okay. So I want to show this particular number of deaths in bold. So I go to the HTML code. I want to mention this number of deaths in bold. As you want it in bold, I use B. My participants, B stands for bold. And this is the end of the bold tag. You know what is the beginning, how to have an end tag. So now the moment I refresh the page now, participants, please observe here. The information, participants, please observe here. The information is shown in bold. Similarly, I want to show this particular information, participants. I want to show this particular information, 6th April in italics. If you want to show this information in italics, go to that particular code and I use what tag? I stands for italics tag. So I want to show this particular content and this is the end of the italics tag. Now I have updated the code. Now please refresh. The date is now shown in italics. So participants, B is very simple to understand. B stands for bold and I stands for italics. Very important point. As you have seen in the notes, bold and italics are outdated. Okay, bold is replaced with strong. Bold is replaced with strong. So let me change the code. I want to use strong tag. This is the end of the strong tag. How to have end of the strong tag? Slash is for end of the strong tag. And for italics is replaced with M. Okay, M for emphasize. Participants, M for emphasize. Emphasize is nothing but italics. Now I refresh the page, you will find the same effect. Date will be in italics and this particular number of text will be in bold. Okay, so participants, so everything is in. Okay, this is the end of the, I have forgotten the end of the italics. Perfect. So this is in italics and this is in bold. Okay, clear? Clear about this, Komal? So how to show the information in bold and how to show the information in italics. Perfect.
Yes.
Let's move on. Next, what are the pending topics from the previous session? List. If you see some websites, you will have some list of informations. Okay. First example, if you go to a restaurant, you may have a menu with some list of food items, isn't it? So in HTML, whenever you present the data, if you want to present the information in the form of list, in HTML, there are two types of lists. Participant. HTML, participants try to understand. HTML is all about presentation of data. How do you present the data to the end user in the form of a website? So website is collection of web pages. So it's all about presentation. So that's the reason by this time we have understood bold, italics, headings, title. This is how you are presenting the information, right? Perfect. Now coming to list. In HTML, there are two types of list, ordered list and unordered list. There are two types of list, ordered list and unordered list. What is the difference? What is the difference between ordered list and unordered list? We'll see, we will experiencing the difference soon, if practically. Let's have an understanding about ordered list. Look at this, OL, you don't need to by heart. OL stands for ordered list tag. Okay, perfect. Ordered list starts with OL tag. Each list will have list items. List will have list items. Okay, list item is for LI tag. Very meaningful. OL stands for ordered list and ordered list will have list items tag. The list items will be marked up with numbers by default. Ordered. Order is nothing but by default you get numbers. You go by default you get numbers. You may have a question, Sunil, can we have an example of an ordered list? Yes, no doubt we will do it. Look at this. This is the beginning of the ordered list. This is the end of the ordered list. So I have created a list. I have created a list. In this list, how many list items? So every list will have list items. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 list items. Laptop, desktops, printers, and laptops. These are the list items. This is the ordered list. Ordered list will have list items. List items will be the child tags of the ordered list. how when this ordered list is used in a HTML page, how it looks like. So let's do that. So I'm copying this ordered list. I already have this COVID information page, right? In this particular COVID information page. So this is sunil.html, the COVID information page. After the paragraph tag, just before the body, I am including one ordered list. How the information is shown, how the information is stored. The moment I refresh the page, participants, are you able to get the list of information? How many list items? Laptop is one list item, desktop is one list item, printer and headphone, these are list items. These are list items. Okay. So whenever you want to present the information in the list, whenever you want to present the information in the website, you want to show some information. When you click on laptop, it should be directed to laptops page. If you click on desktop, it should be directed to list desktop page. When you click on printer, it should be going to printers page. So like this, if you want to maintain some list, you have to create ordered list. So ordered list will not be visible. OL will not be visible. Ordered list will give you numbers. Did I give numbers here? You are able to see numbers. Numbers will get automatically added. That is the beauty of the ordered list. That is the beauty of the ordered list. Okay. Next. Can you guess what is unordered list? Only difference in the ordered list, you have ordering. Ordering is nothing but numbering. Whenever you don't want numbers, in such case, you need to go for unordered list. I'm just changing the ordered list to unordered list in the code. Observe here, I'm going to my code. This is the ordered list. I am changing the ordered list to unordered list. That's it. There's no more difference. I'm saving the code and I'm refreshing the page. Now, my dear participants, are you getting numbers? You will not get the numbers. Instead of numbers, what are you getting? You are getting the bullets. That is the primary difference between ordered list and unordered list. Ordered list, by looking at a name, there's an ordering. Ordering is nothing but numbering will be. Unordered, there will be no order. That means there is no number. Instead of numbers, you'll have bullets. That's the rest of the things will be same. You have the list items will be very much similar. That's the difference between ordered list and unordered list. Please have a look at this theory. An unordered list starts with the UL tag, very meaningful, easy to have an understanding. UL stands for unordered list. Each list item starts with LI tag, no, with same like ordered list. The list items will be marked with bullets by default. This is the behavior of unordered. There are two types of list, ordered list as well as unordered list. So whenever you want to present this information, whenever you want to present the information, in such case, we need to go for unordered list. Yes, Madhu. I guess your question is you don't want bullets. Instead of bullets, you want some other symbol like arrows. Is that your question?
You're right. And
yes.
And one more thing, in the order list, we got the numeric number. Instead of that, I may use Roman numbers or alphabets.
In such cases, we need to go for using Bootstrap libraries. Okay. There are some predefined libraries for the list, ordered list or unordered list. Those libraries will have some options. When you select the particular options, according to the option what you have selected, instead of bullet, you may have an arrow symbol, or you have some other options. All that you can make it more beautiful only when you use the style sheets. Okay. So we have to wait for a few more sessions. Okay.
Thank you.
Move on. Let's move on. Nested list. My dear participants, next thing what we are learning is nested list. Before me explaining about the nested list, by looking at the terminology, you should be able to the position to do guesswork. By looking at a terminology, instead of waiting for me to explain, by looking, that's how you have to guess. Okay, you have to first guess and check whether your guessing is correct as per learning or not. That's how we need to. That's the right way of approaching. When you guess, and if your guess is right, then by default you will remember that concept. You don't need to. By default, it gets retained into your brain. You don't need to remember. Okay. So nested list, very simple. Nested list, creating a list inside another list. Creating a list inside another list is called as nested list. In what cases we will be using nested lists? For example, printer is a list item. Inside printer, you want again showcase few more options like dot matrix printer, thermal printer. laser printer. You want to showcase different types of printers. That is again one more list inside a list type. Got it? So when you want to create a list inside another list is called as the nested list. Okay. So let's learn how can we create a nested list. As simple as I have just explained. When we take a list inside another list, it's nothing but a nested list. Okay. Example. Perfect. Example. Madhu, can we have a talk?
Yes, Sunil.
This is OL stands for
Ordered
unordered
list.
list. Ordered list. Okay.
Yeah.
Ordered list is nothing but you'll have a numbering, right?
Yes.
So laptop will be number 1, desktop will be number 2, printer will be number 3, and headphones will be number 4. Inside headphones, I'm not ending the ordered list here, but end of the list is here, right? Okay.
Yes.
I'm not, if I end like this, it is end of the list, but I'm not hitting an end of list. Instead of ending the list, I'm creating another list, right?
Okay.
Yes. So I'm not ending the list, participants. Before ending the list, I am creating another list. This is nothing but inner list. Inner list, and this inner list is part of outer list, isn't it? Inner list is an ordered list, outer list is ordered list. So inside the headphones, I want to showcase different brands of headphones like Bose, Sony, and Sennheiser. This will be an ordered list. So how this will be, this information will be showcased. Let's try to understand. This is the complete HTML file. So this is the beginning of the HTML tag. Head is my first page. Body, welcome to our store. Laptops, desktops. So let me close the HTML. I'm modifying the entire HTML file. It's no more COVID information site. I have updated the HTML page and I am refreshing it. You can see here, Madhu, ordered. This is ordered list 1, 2, 3, 4. Inside the ordered list, I am using unordered list. The behavior of unordered list is changing when it is inside unordered list. It's not a full bullet, it's a hollow bullet. Am I right, Madhu? Perfect.
Yes.
So this is called as a nested list. Thank you, Madhu. Participants. So creating a list, creating a list inside another list is always possible. So by this time, I repeat it because it's very important. HTML is all about presentation of information. You are presenting it by using headings, by using the titles. Agree? It's all about presenting the information. Using the tags. That's about list. This is also pending from our previous session. Using an image in the HTML pages. We know that most of the websites will have images. If you open a website of an organization, you will find founders of a particular organization, directors of a particular organization. You will find a photo gallery in a particular website. So how do you use, or how do you embed, or how do you include, to be more simple, how do you include a particular image in a HTML page? Including is nothing but embedding. Okay. So how do you embed inside a HTML page? What you need to embed image inside HTML page? So participants, whenever you want to include an image, we have to use IMG, stands for image tag. By looking at the name of the tag, you can easily guess IMG for image, strong for bold, EM for emphasize, nothing but italics, OL for ordered list, UL for unordered list, LI for list items, H1 for headings, P for paragraph, title for title of the page. So tags are named in such a way that it is, by looking at a name, you can easily guess what it does. Now, whenever you want to deal with images, obviously you have to use image tag. So image tag is used to embed an image in the HTML page. Very important. This is something very, very new, participants. This is something very, very new. Image tag is having 2 attributes. Image tag is having 2 attributes. First point, till now, I have never explained about any attributes. Did I use the term attribute before in all of my previous examples? No. This is the first time I'm using a term called attribute. These are all not attributes. These are all tags. HTML is a tag, body is a tag, or ordered list item. These are all tags. I am using till now HTML tags. Did I use any attributes? No. I am using the attribute for the first time. I am using the attribute for the first time. Obviously, you will be curious to know what is attribute. We know how to use tags, but we have never used attributes. What is attribute? How to use attributes? So all this will be clear. Especially what attribute, the term attribute will be very, very clear. If you look at this example, when you're dealing with image tag. Image tag is having two attributes. SRC stands for source. Where is the image available? Whenever you want to use that image in a page, obviously first your image should be available in your laptop, in your desktop, or in your downloads folder, or in your C drive. There should be one location where the image should be available. Source is nothing but the path where the image is available. Alternate text specifies the alternate text of the image if the image is not displayed because of some reason. Sometimes image will not be displayed. For example, especially when you're looking at bulk emails, you frequently get some promotional emails. Promotional emails will have images. In case if the images is not shown because of filtration or because of some firewalls, because of some security reasons, if the image is not available, not displayed to the end user, alternate text will be displayed. That's about the alternate attribute. So image, I'm showing you practically. Image is having two attributes. One is source attribute, the other one is alternate attribute. So what is image tag? How to use image tag? How can you use these attributes in the image tag? All this, let's learn practically. First, I want to have one image to be shown. Which image? I want to show some image. So I think I have already downloaded one tree image. Tree.jpg. Okay, let me download the tree image from the web. So this is an image. I want to save the image. Where I want to save the image, you can save it in any location. You can save it in any location. I want to save it in the same location. E drive, John folder. Okay. So I want to go to E drive folder image John, and it is tree.jpg. So the image is successfully saved. I show you this is the tree. It's a very small image. Okay. So this is the image. Okay. I want to show this image in the HTML page. Whenever you want to show an image in the HTML page, point number one, you have to use image tag. You have to use image tag. Look at the code. Look at the code. Participants. This is the image tag, img. Very important. Very important. Generally, this is the beginning tag, ordered list, and this is the ending tag. Right? H1 is the beginning tag, ending tag, right? /H1. But where is the ending tag of the image? There is no exclusive ending tag. There is no exclusive ending tag. This itself is an entire tag. This itself is an entire tag. Okay. So that's how you have to use image tag. That's how you have to use image tag. Okay. These are called self-closing tags. Self-closing tags. You don't have an exclusive image closing tag. Okay. So, and when you write a space and when you provide some value, this is called attribute. Syntax of tag is less than symbol and greater than symbol. That's a tag. But am I using less than symbol here before source? I'm not using less than symbol. If I'm not using less than symbol, that is called source attribute. So tags will have source attributes. Participants, tags will have attributes. Yes, there are a lot of tags which are having attributes. You'll be seeing a lot of attributes. For the first time, I'm showing you an attribute in the image tag. That is the attribute is source tag. What is the importance of source tag? Source tag should contain the location where the image is available. What image you want to upload? I want to upload tree.jpg. That's what I have mentioned. Tree.jpg. That's what I want to upload. So you have to mention that file which you want to upload. Where you have to upload, you have to mention that in the source tag. Now the impact of this image tag is that the tree.jpg will be displayed in the HTML page. Let us, as I have, okay, let me include this image tag. Let me include this image tag in our sunil.html file. After the order list, I'm using the image tag. Now I am opening so page is already open. Let me refresh the page. Participants, are you able to see the image tag? Perfect. Are you able to see the image rendered? Yes. Very simple. Image tag is used to mention the image. Used to embed the image in the HTML. Clear? Clear about this? Any questions? Yes. I'm expecting. Yes, Madhu.
Yeah, Sunil, instead of JPG, if we give any other, I
It
mean,
can be PNG or whatever it is. Okay.
yeah, if we give a .pdf, where it works.
PDF is not an image. It's a document.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, does it accept?
Let's try.
Okay.
Look at this. I have a lot of PDFs. Okay, this is a PDF. Okay.
Okay.
Copy. I'm placing in the same location where the HTML file is available. The HTML file is available in E drive job folder. I'm placing a PDF file. So let's name it a simple name. That's something like hello.pdf. I have renamed it. Okay. Now you want to show this hello.pdf. So how to include this hello.pdf? You have to go to source and instead of tree.jpg.
Hello.pdf.
I have saved. Okay. Refresh. Is it showing? No.
No.
It is only used to show images. It is not showing the PDFs. Okay. Got it?
Yeah. Thank you.
Then, because of some reasons, Madhu, because of some reasons, if you are unable to see the image, then alternate text is used. Okay, alternate attribute is used. Madhu, how many attributes I'm using in the image tag? One is the source attribute, the other one is alternate.
Alternate attribute.
The importance of alternate is because of some reasons, if the image is not displayed. Now, here there are some reasons. Forget about the reason why it is displayed. For some reason, if the image is not displayed, then whatever the information you have entered, tree photo that will be shown. So that the users like you and me, okay, this is a tree photo because of some reasons. The tree photo is not displayed, so this is the location of tree, so that you don't need to guess what is. Understand? So, what is the importance of alternate text? In case if the corresponding image is not displayed, then the alternate text is displayed. Got it? If the image is successfully displayed, now the image will be successfully displayed. Then alternate content will not be, alternate tree photo will not be displayed. So when this tree photo will be displayed, only when the image is not displayed. Got it? So participants, this was the concepts of from the previous session. Okay, go to day 2. This was a day 2 agenda. We have spent close to half an hour. So we have, this was day 2, the previous sessions agenda. So, and I'm explaining about list. These are list and how to embed an image, how to use attributes. So these were the points which are missing from the previous session. Okay. Now coming to today's agenda. What is our plan for today? I even guess we cannot complete all these topics. Okay, but let's go natural way to an extent it gets completed. So don't worry about this. I want to discuss about self-closing tags. And I want to discuss, okay, let's start with self-closing tags. A self-closing tag in HTML is a kind of HTML tags does not need to be closed manually. You don't need to have a closing tag. Look at the HTML code. HTML is having a closing tag, right? Body is also having a closing tag. Unordered list is having a closing tag. List item is also having closing tag. The syntax of closing tag is slash. So there are beginning tags and closing tags, but there are some tags which are self-closing. That's what I want to point down. So there are some tags which does not need to be closed manually. Those are called as self-closing tags. For example, image tag, which we have just now discussed. Input tag, which is used to access the value from the end user. The break tag, which is used to give some breaks. These are called as self-closing tags. Okay. Break will insert a new line whenever you want a new line. In such case, we use break tag. We have experienced image tag and using many times break tag and we're using input tag and no doubt. But remember, there are some tags which are self-closing tags. Okay. Anchor tag. Anchor tag is used to define a hyperlink. Anchor tag is used to define a hyperlink. When you click on a link, you want a new page to be opened. How that happens? That is by using anchor tag. Anchor tag defines a hyperlink, which is used to link from one page to another. In a website, you'll find a home page typically. This is a website, right? Here you'll have a banner. Okay, some image. Okay, and here you will have home page. Let's say it's a vertical alignment you will have. Okay, for example, the home page about us. Okay, services. Okay, login page, contact us page. When you click on about us information should be displayed. When you click on login page should be displayed. When you click on contact us, address should be displayed. So when you click here, we have created a site. Are they clickable? When I click on laptop, are they clickable? No, these are not clickable. There's no link created. We're just presenting the data. If there is no option to click here, when you want that link is for clicking so that you get a new page. When you want links, in such case, you have to go for anchor tag. I hope I'm very clear. The most important attribute, I'm using attribute again. We have just now used attribute for image tag. I'm using one more attribute called as href attribute. Okay, now hypertext reference attribute. href stands for hypertext reference attribute. So the most important attribute in the anchor tag is href attribute, hypertext reference. Now, how to use anchor tag? Let's look here. Okay. I am including this line, just including this line in the existing page. Let's say this is the existing page. I don't want to disturb the existing page. Let us keep the image also. In the existing page, sunil.html. After the image, I'm including one line. Okay. Now, Madhu, am I using anchor tag here? Correct. I'm using anchor tag in this.
So basically, you can
Yes.
inject an object, and then you can see on the version.
So I'm using the anchor tag. So this is the beginning of the anchor tag and end of the anchor tag. And inside the anchor tag, what word I have used? I have used to click here. So this is just an anchor tag. What is the importance of anchor tag? The importance of anchor tag is, as let me say this HTML code and refresh for flight tickets book here.
Of course, we will do the final.
So I have included an anchor tag. By just including the anchor tag, are you experiencing any difference in the website? It's like a normal sentence. It's like a normal sentence. Okay. So this should be clickable. This click here should be highlighted. So when you want clickable, if you want some picking to be clickable, if you want flight to be clickable, or you want click here, in such case, I will be using one attribute called href. This is an attribute. I repeat again, remember participants attributes are used inside the tag. This is just a normal tag without any attribute. Now I am using this href attribute. So go to anchor tag and I'm using what attribute participants? You need to give a space mandatory. You need to give a space and then you are using an attribute called href attribute. The moment you use href attribute, please observe the difference here. Please observe the difference here. Have you observed the difference? You are getting some underline. Agree? You're getting some underline, more than underline, more than underline. The moment you keep the cursor here, the cursor changes. See, it is changing to hand symbol. When I'm keeping cursor to flight or when I'm keeping the cursor to booking or there's nothing happening. When I keep my cursor to click here, then it is clickable. So that the end user can understand, you can click here. You can include the anchor tag in the booking. You can include the anchor tag in height, whatever you want. So when you want the clickable option, then you have to include anchor tag with href. Here, hypertext reference. So that's the importance of href. Correct. Next. Our job is not completed. We already have experienced the difference. First, I have included in the anchor tag. There is no difference. I have used href attribute. I have identified the difference. The moment I keep the cursor in the click here word, there is a hand symbol. Okay. But when I click on that hand symbol, is there anything happening? Tell me. When I click on hand, there is nothing happens. You have not mentioned what should happen. I want a new page to be opened. When you click technically, when you click here, a new page should happen. So do you have one more page? Right now we are dealing with only one page. What is that page? Sunil.html, right? We have only one page, Sunil.html. When you want new page to be, when you want new page to open, do you have a new page? We don't have a new page. So if you want to experience this href, first you have to create one more second page. Let's move on. Step 3. It can be a new page or it can be a new website. It can be a new link, whatever you want, you can open. So I want to, whenever a user clicks here, I want to direct it to the SpiceJet website. So that URL, spicejet.com website is there, right? So let's open spicejet.com. This site I want to open. When you want to open this site, click on this URL, copy this URL. I'll show you what is copied. This is copied. This I have copied from the URL, and this you have to include it in href attribute. The URL we have to mention it in the href attribute. That's what I have mentioned here. Href equal to this particular URL. It's just href. Are you understanding my difference? Now the importance of this URL is that the moment you click here, this website gets open. That's how you have to establish links. Refresh the page. The click here, the moment I click here. Yes. Are you getting the SpiceJet site, participants? Can you go back? You're getting your normal Sunil.html. So participants, am I clear? Participants, am I clear? Please respond in the chat box. Am I clear in explaining you what we have learned today? We have learned about how to use ordered list, how to use unordered list, how to include an image, how to have HTML tags, how to use HTML tags. HTML tags will have attributes. I have explained about attributes. We have used attributes in the image tag, and I am using one more attribute. The most important is anchor tag. Now I hope you know. Very good. Thank you for your responses. I hope you know how to use the anchor tag and how can we establish links, which is very, very frequently used in web application development. Super. Any questions? Please raise your hand. Yes. How are you doing, Amrish? We cannot hear you, Amrish. Check your audio settings. We cannot hear you. You are unmuted, no doubt, but still we cannot hear you. Please check your mic setting. Okay, let's move on. So this is about where are we standing? Self-closing tag. How can we use anchor tag? Table tag. Okay. Let's move on to table tag. Table tag is used to arrange the information in the form of rows and columns. Like in Excel sheet, you will show the information in the form of rows and columns. The same thing, if you want to show some information in the websites, this table tag is used in Wikipedia. Most of the time it is used in Wikipedia. Okay. For example, you want to present the information based on some countries or whatever in the form of a table, then it is used. So allows you to show some information in the form of rows. Okay. So what are the tags related to table? Table tag is used to create a table. Table will have headings. Okay. Let's have a quick look. Let's simple. To make more simple, let's open Excel file. If you want to create a table, so this is how you have to create a table. But table will have headings, for example, student number. These are table headings, right? Let's say student name, email address. So these comes under headings. Okay, and marks. These are always headings. So every table will have headings. Do you remember? Obviously, right? Table will have headings. For headings, we have to use TH. TH table head. Heading is not a table. Table head row. This is table head row. Okay. TH for the column name. These are TH. Student number is table heading. Name, email address is the table. TR for rows, table rows. For example, student number 101, student name, something like that. John, email address john@gmail.com. These are data, right? And marks are something like 100. This is nothing but a row. Okay, row inside the table. We can have any number of rows. Okay, and TD is for column data. Okay, in the row. Okay, so don't worry. It's very simple. I will be using these particular tags. I'll be using these particular tags to create a table and show you and present the information in the form of rows and columns. Okay. Participants, I'm starting a table. TH for table headings. Company is one heading. These are headings. Okay. Company. And the second heading is contact. Contact number of that particular company. And that company belongs to which country. Right? So these are headings. So I want to have only 3 columns. Okay. So That's the reason I have used TH, T for table headings. Okay, this is one row. Even heading is also a row, right? Even headings are also a row, right? So that's the reason I have created one row. Inside the row, I am mentioning headings. Now, participants. Now, next row, this is one row. TS stands for table row, but these are not headings. This is company name. And this is the contact person of the particular company. And the company, this is data. This is company name. Participants, okay? Contact, not contact number, contact person. You have to contact Maria Anders of that particular company, and that company belongs to Germany. Participant, this is also a row. This is also a row, but the difference is first row is heading and second row is data. So that's the reason TH stands for heading. That's also a row, and this is also a row, but this is the heading, and this is TD stands for table data. One more row. This is one more company. Am I right? And the contact person from that particular company. And where is this company located? This company is located in Mexico. Got it? End of the table. That's it. So my table is having 3 rows. First row is for heading, remaining 2 rows are data. So total 3 rows at end of the table. Okay. Superb. So let me include this table in the same page, in the same HTML file, sunil.html, where we have some image and click after the fly booking. I want to have table to be showcased. So go to sunil.html. After the fly booking, I am including the table tag. Save it, go to the site and refresh. Participants, are you able to see the table information in the form of rows and columns? Yes. See, if by default, the headings are shown in bold. Did I mention any bold tag? No. The behavior of table heading, TH I have used heading. So it understands, browser understands this tags H for headings. Okay, I have to highlight the headings. And that's the reason it is shown in bold. Remaining data is shown in normal text. Obviously, next question that comes to your mind. Sunil, rows and columns, very good. It I have understood, but it is good if we have some borders, right? So that it really looks like a table. When it really looks like a table, only when you draw the borders, isn't it? So can we have borders inside the table? Yes, we have to use border attribute. Border attribute. That's what I have mentioned. That's the importance of attributes. Okay, so let's go to that. The only thing observation, there is no border. Border is an attribute in the table tag. Border equal to 1. So I go to my table tag. I want to apply border for the table. So at the table tag, there is an attribute called border and provide the value to that border. What is the value you have to provide? 1. I have saved it. If you increase the border to 10, you have more bigger border. So as I have included borders, now you can see the border. Okay, so if you include the border from 10 to 1, from 1 to 5, you will have more bigger borders, what I guess. Okay, so it's more bigger border. Okay, so the point is, so you are now able to showcase the information. So that is by using the table tag. Next, input tag. Within a form, you collect the end user input. If you want to accept the value from the input, we use input tag. Where frequently input tag is used. Whenever you want in the contact us page in the website, we will be having some fields so that the users, visitors to the website like you and me can enter the information. So when you want the end user to enter some information, we need some fields. So input tag is used for creating fields. Input tag will play a very important role in the form creation. Obviously, when you are using forms, we'll be using input tags. Okay, so I'm using input tag. I'll show you the behavior of input tag. This is how to write input tag. By looking at this input tag, you have to understand it's a self-closing tag like image tag. Input, I have few questions. I have few questions, participants. What is type? Type is an attribute. What is name? Name is an attribute. What is value? Value is an attribute. So these are the attributes which are used in the input tag. This is how to create an input tag. Okay. This is syntax of how to create input tag. Example of input tag I'll show you. Okay. Okay, let me create a new HTML page. I don't want Sunil.html, so let's modify Sunil.html. This is HTML head, HTML body. Let me remove enter name. What I'm using, I'm showing an example of input tag. Input type equal to text. The different types of inputs, type can be text, type can be checkbox, type can be radio button. Okay, so we can have different types of inputs. Anyways, we'll see in detail when you're explaining about the form tag. You can provide a name to that particular tag. So I have provided name as username and placeholder. Okay, so I have to use placeholder as enter name. What is the importance of placeholder? What is the importance of username name? Let me explain you. Okay, whether we should refresh this particular text. So this is the input tag. So end user has a facility to enter the information. You have created input tag. You have created input tag. So inside the input tag, can you see enter name? It's like a hint message that user should enter the name. So where did you get this enter name? That is what you have included in the placeholder. So whatever you write into the placeholder, so I'm writing something like ABCD. Whatever you write in the placeholder, that will be like a hint message. It is like a hint message. So nowadays hint message is used in many websites, right? So if you log in, let me 1 minute. Placeholders are frequently used. Let's say let me log in. Let me open. So we don't. This is a placeholder, right? Search with Google and enter address. Agree? That's a placeholder, right? So by default, you're getting some information. I'm opening gmail.com. Looks like I already logged in. Let's open a private window and then open gmail.com. See, email or phone, it is a hint. The moment I start entering, that is lost. Agree or not? That's a placeholder where you want to showcase the default hint messages. That's what I want to showcase here. So that's what we have experienced now. Am I right? So I have used ABCD as a placeholder. So where is that? I have used ABCD as a placeholder. That will be hint message. And every text bit should have a name to access it. Whatever the user enters, I want to store that value in a variable. So that is possible. That events handling can be possible by using the name. Enter type equal to text. You can enter the text. Sometimes you don't want to enter the text. You want to enter some, select some checkbox or radio button. So there are different types of text input types. So the point what I want to tell you, participants, is that input, there are different types of input fields which is used to access the value of the user. Okay. So that's about the input tag. Okay. Now, next, input tag, participants, label tag, creating the first style sheet. Okay, linking style sheet to HTML page. So the remaining concepts We will not continue now, okay? Because it's already 7 p.m. Our plan is to 6 to 7 p.m. So for the demo sessions, we will end 5 minutes little early. But once the demo sessions are completed, we'll stick to our day-wise agenda. So this is what I have planned for today's session. I hope today you have enjoyed the session. We have a lot of learning with respect to exposure. We have got exposed towards other types of tags. Spend some time working with HTML. Spend some time in reading information about HTML. Try to create your own HTML pages. It's like a game where you have to enjoy building the web pages. Any questions before closing? So the rest of the topics will continue tomorrow. See you tomorrow for much more learning on HTML. Yes, Anita. Your question. You are now allowed to unmute. By default, you'll be on mute. Soundarya.
Yeah, hi. So in input tag, there was one username. After text, it was the username was there. What is the importance of username? Hello? Hello?
I'm back. Yes, Soundarya, I can hear you now.
Yeah. So Sunil, while explaining input tag, you have shown after text there was a username.
Correct.
What is the importance of that username?
Let's say end user is entering some information. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say he's entering some information like Hyderabad. Okay. This
Okay.
value you want to store it in a variable. Okay.
Yeah,
In such cases, we go for username. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. How to do it, we'll discuss when we're learning about forms. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Anita. I can see your hand raised.
Hi, yeah, hi,
Good
hi,
evening.
Sunil.
How
Good
was
evening.
today's session?
Yeah, it was good.
What's your
Actually, I've attended UI by Mr. Arun also,
question?
but I want to attend your class.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and even I've completed HTML and CSS.
Where did you do that?
Udemy.
Udemy. Okay.
Ha.
Good.
My husband suggested your name.
Okay, okay. He's working in the IT industry.
Yes. He attended AWS.
By